Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Maya, and I hope that you're having an awesome day. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my everyday makeup routine. Oh, hey guys, what's up? So here I am, barefaced, and I'm jumping right into my primer. I'm using the Magic Lumi Primer from L'Oreal, and I'm using my Beauty Blender to apply this evenly through my skin. I'm using 2 pumps and applying it pretty evenly, just patting it throughout my skin, and I love the subtle glow that this primer gives your skin. It is next world. Like, it's so beautiful, but it's nice and subtle too. Then I'm jumping right into my eyebrows. So I usually like to do my eyebrows while my primer is pretty much just setting in, and I'm doing them pretty naturally, so you won't see anything too crazy. Here I'm just measuring out the length of my eyebrows, but in general I just follow the natural shape of my brows. This is for every day, so if I want to get super glammed up or try some kind of trendy brow look, this is not the time. I'm just getting ready for a day at the office, looking presentable, so I'm just gonna fill in my eyebrows following the natural shape. And it's really key to use the spoolie side of your eyebrow pencil when you're doing this, so you can brush through the hairs and it makes it look so much more natural. So just a tip to go back and forth using your spoolie pretty often to blend the color and to move the hairs in the right position so that you can see the true shape of your eyebrows. Now I'm moving on to concealer, and I'm not exactly carving them out because it's not that serious, but I am using a little bit of concealer just to clean up some of my unruly eyebrows. You probably saw some hairs that need to be plucked, that kind of thing. And I'm also using this as my eyeshadow base, so killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm just applying the concealer, blending with my Beauty Blender, and then I'm going to go ahead and set with some powder. Now when you do set your concealer with some powder, make sure that you're not going overboard with the powder. Here you can see I'm applying some to both my eyes, and I like to just dust off a good amount before applying my eyeshadow. I'm going in with this Anastasia palette, and I'm using a pretty neutral brown eyeshadow as my transition shade. So I'm using a pretty fluffy, tapered blending brush to apply this throughout my crease area. It's a pretty broad area that I'm applying this to, so being pretty generous with my application and moving my brush just back and forth, windshield wiper kind of motions, and not focusing in one place particularly. I'm going into a slightly darker shade and focusing a little bit more on that outer corner area. So you can see I'm dragging my brush in more circular motions here and more towards the end of my eye rather than going back and forth into it too much. So you'll see that my brush does move back and forth a good amount in general because I am blending these colors together, but it is key to be a little bit more precise when you get into these outer corner areas. Now I'm going into this burnt orange kind of shade with a very tapered blending brush and just focusing this on the outer corner, starting there and then starting to sweep inward as my brush loses some of that pigmentation. So as there's less product on the brush, I'm just sweeping inwards to blend a little bit more with that more light brown shade that we used before. Blending, blending, blending. And here just take your time to make sure that this is nice and smooth before moving on to the next shade. I feel like it doesn't take that much more to make sure that it's just super blended and blown out. I'm now going back in with that more like warm transition shade to just make sure that that outer edge is blended out. I'm then applying a matte, light, almost white color to my brow bone just to give it a little bit of emphasis and make sure that it's not completely bare. I'm then going into this beautiful golden shimmer shade. It's pretty subtle but still adds a really nice shine to the lids, but it's perfect for everyday wear because it's not like full-on glitter. So I think this is perfect for just an everyday look where you still want a little bit of shine on your lids, a beautiful glow, but you don't want it to be too crazy. Then moving on to eyeliner, I'm going to do a pretty subtle little cat winged eyeliner here. You can go ahead and just use a little bit of mascara if you want to skip liner, or do a pencil look that's a little bit more subtle, but I went for full-blown black winged eyeliner. I'm then applying my mascara and then moving on to my base. So I'm using some foundation. This is a really inexpensive foundation from Wet n Wild that I love. And I'm just applying this using my Beauty Blender again on top of that primer that we set out in the very beginning of my makeup application and blending this throughout my skin. All we want is really even application of the foundation, so make sure that you're getting around the edges of your hairline. Then I moved on to concealer, and here I'm just focusing mainly on my under eyes because that's my main area of concern. But I also went in a few places like around my smile lines and a few little places where I have some hyperpigmentation and blemishes I wanted to cover. In general, my everyday look, I don't feel like everything needs to be 100% covered, and you'll see a few little acne scars here and there, but I'm not too concerned with it being perfect. I just want to make sure that in general my skin looks really healthy and relatively even. And then moving on to some powder that I just set my foundation with, and then bronzer. Here I'm using the Hoola Light Bronzer to just warm up the corners of my face and the center of my face. And then I'm going to move in with the original Hoola bronzer for a little bit more of a deeper application and kind of contouring. So here you can see I'm chiseling out my cheekbones a little bit with that slightly darker shade, which is the Hoola original bronzer. And I really love this bronzer. I'm then just flicking my brush upwards, as you can see right here, to blend it out. So rather than just going back and forth, which can look really streaky, I do like to blend upwards, which I think really just gives a really nice gradient. Then moving on to my blush. Here I'm using just a really pretty rose colored blush. All of the details for the products will be located in the description box below if you're interested. And I'm just popping this on the cheeks, not in any one particular spot. You can see it's pretty much just the apples of the cheeks and then blended backwards. Then I'm using this beautiful, beautiful golden highlight from Too Faced. I love this stuff. You guys have probably seen it a few times in my videos. So I'm popping that on the tops of my cheekbones and on my nose and right under my eyebrows, and you'll also see a little bit on the corners of my forehead. I just like to glow overall, so I like to apply it where it's not going to be all of a sudden one streak of shimmer. I want to look like it's really incorporated into my skin, and once we go in with some setting spray, it just makes it really come to life. I'm then going back with a little bit of that burnt orange shade to add some definition under my eyes, since we just had all that powder set down there. Now it's perfect to just get a little bit more definition. I'm then going in with a dark brown shade on an angled eyeliner brush and just stamping that across my lower lash line to add some definition and some smokiness without it being too dramatic. So I didn't want to go in with a pencil liner here. I just feel like the powder is a really beautiful way to have a subtle impact on your lower lash line. Then I'm going back in with that burnt sienna kind of color to just blend that line out so we don't have anything that's too harsh. And it really just looks like a subtle shadow rather than a line. I always love to go in with lower mascara on my lower lashes, so I don't skip this step, but I know it's not for everyone, so feel free to do what you feel comfortable with. I'm then going in with this bright highlight shade in the inner corner to add a little bit of vibrancy, and I love doing this. I feel like it's impossible for me not to do this sometimes with my everyday look. It just adds such a wide-eyed, awake kind of look. And I'm popping the same shade under my eyebrows to add a little bit of a glow. Then I'm finishing things off with this Revlon lipstick. I just love these very neutral rosy shades, so I've been loving this lipstick lately. It's such an easy breezy application too. I just follow my natural lip line, no lip liner, nothing too crazy, just really simple, and it looks pretty put together. And here is our final look, guys, just letting my hair down, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. And don't forget to use a little bit of setting spray. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe. And leave a comment down below if you guys like this video. Here I am just loving my Aladdin t-shirt. I don't know, have you guys seen the trailer for the new Aladdin movie? I'm excited. So yeah, this is the final look. I hope that you guys enjoyed this pretty simple tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!